Rely on our Heather Dinich, who is our college football playoff committee expert. And so when you look at this slate, where do you think has the potential to have the most impact on the committee? Which game?
I'm going to say Miami Notre Dame, because I agree with Herbie. I think my out.
They're always throwing a monkey wrench into the process. In the last few years, that hasn't been an issue, but it certainly is now. Where do you think that the playoff committee is going to find the most drama when they meet for the second week?
The same place I did when I was doing my own at the bottom. Pay attention to that on Tuesday.
It's interesting because we always look at what's going to happen in the playoffs, who's going to be playing for those New Year's Six games. Heather Dinich giving us perspective on what we're going to see from the playoff committee when they meet again. Those results coming on Tuesday. Guys? Yeah, Heather Dinich is the person to talk about that. She's our playoff committee expert. I tell you what, Alabama made it a little bit easier for the committee. It would have been uncharted territory to see 1, 2, and 3 all go down in the same week. With that being said, where do you think is going to be the biggest cause for debate come this week?
I personally think the committee wouldn't put them higher than number 2.
You talk about Georgia. I mean, it was just a week ago we heard Kirby Hocutt say that the most signature win of the season was Georgia beating Notre Dame. So how have things have changed in just the course of a week. Let's talk about looking at the teams that are projected to go 5 through 10. Who do you think is kind of lurking and has the potential to climb up in there?
Well, I think Wisconsin. You have to start with Wisconsin because they're undefeated. The Badgers like to remind people of
potentially still have to beat Ohio State in the conference championship as well. So a lot to still left to figure out, which is why we're going to bring Booger and Paul back in, because Heather, they always agree with everything that you have to say.
Yeah,
that's coming back.
Off my paper.
Exactly. That's coming in just a bit. But let's get to the NFL. Matt, Kevin?
Yeah,
If you're new to ESPN, you may know Marty Smith as our college football guy, and he is. But the Marty Party is rooted in NASCAR, and he's breaking away from football for a very special race and a very special finale. Hey, Marty. Love that. Listen, trying to define his legacy, there was a little stat that was right under your chin that you couldn't see. 14 straight years he was voted the most popular driver. I think that says quite a bit. Marty Smith joining us from Homestead ahead of Junior's last race.
Where we say thanks to you, the veteran, here on Veterans Day.
Here to walk us through the amber waves of grain, Aaron Dodson is going to join us and talk about what makes these uniforms special.
We're patriotic. You're amazed. I know you are. Last week we had Pat Tillman on here, the Arizona State great and former Army Ranger. This week, all of our service academies are going to be represented, starting with a very special uniform Army is wearing today. What's Army wearing? College game day. Signs are a big factor in college football. Elle, we'll start with you as we sign off in week 11.
I'm making a bold prediction. I think that after Notre Dame, Miami, the Irish Spring into number 2 in the country.
Oh, guess what? You can't pretend anymore. Today, a virtual playoff bracket. Who's still in after today? We'll find out. 7 ranked matchups for Elle Duncan. I'm Matt Barry. College Game Day coming up live from Coral Gables in the big game of the weekend.
Irish Spring, dude.